This is a my pick movie this holiday season because I really wanted to watch some Christmas comedies. So I picked two, this one and another one that's to come. And then I also had someone on Reactor submit two Christmas comedies as well. So we're even heavier in the Christmas comedy department than I expected we would be this year. But I'm looking forward to it. National Lampoon. So I know that this is not the first movie. But the reason I picked this one is because it was always showing up in the Christmas comedy movie list that I was looking at. And if it was a ranked list, it was always ranked near the top. I did look to see, like, do I have to watch the first two first? Like, is there story continuity, movie to movie that I need to follow? And everywhere I looked said, like, there is some small continuity, but for the most part, these are self-contained stories and you can kind of watch them in any order. And then I did double check with two friends of mine who I know have seen these movies, and they agreed that I could watch Christmas Vacation now and go back and check out the first two if I enjoyed this one enough and I want to see the others. So anyway, that gave me some relief here. So yeah, I might miss out on some small continuity things in this movie. I do apologize for that if that is underwhelming for you. Going into this one, I do know a couple things. So first, Patrick on Patreon had left some comments thinking that I'd already reacted to the movie when I hadn't. He did mention that there is a cousin Eddie that shows up in a scene in this movie, and it's hilarious if you already know who he is because he's introduced in earlier movies. So unfortunately, I will not be able to provide the super laughter that you would expect from a scene like that. I apologize. The other thing I know is what I actually found out from researching the continuity. Apparently, the kids in these movies are always recast and they're always different ages. So that further emphasizes like lack of continuity from a story perspective. So that's all I know. I feel like I'm going to expect silliness, tons of laughing, maybe some eye rolls. Who knows? I actually don't know like what style of humor to expect with this movie, but I'm excited to kick back. So blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much, as always, for choosing to hang out with me today and watch a movie. And let's go ahead and get into it. I saw Chevy Chase's name earlier. Genuinely, I do not know if I've ever seen a movie of his before.
The Lord.
That was beautiful.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Is the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la.
I probably would not be singing if I was in the back seat, though.
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry
Christmas and a happy...
What is their problem?
Slow down and let him pass.
Oh my God, back off.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Clark!
Oh my gosh, no. No, 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 no. Don't break, don't break, don't break it.
Eat my rubber. Okay, that's enough of that.
It's genuinely such a pet peeve of mine. Go to pass someone and then they step on the gas. This is, oh my gosh.
Hallowed be thy name, and forgive my husband.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Was it? Well, they ended up where they needed to be. I was about to say, was it worth it?
Made pretty good time.
Oh, we're hiking.
You see, kids, this is what our forefathers did. They walked out into the woods, they picked out that special tree, and they cut it down with their bare hands.
Walking in snow that deep is so tiring. Also, where are our tools to cut said tree down with?
There it is.
Nobody's carrying anything.
Isn't it a little big?
It's not big, it's just full.
It's tall.
Isn't it a beaut, Audrey?
She'll see it later, honey. Her eyes are frozen.
Wow.
Dad, did you bring a saw?
Apparently I was the only one to think of that 3 minutes ago. So how How did we pull it out of the ground? Doesn't matter.
Where do you think you're gonna put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
Clark, do you think there's enough room for the angel?
Oh, sure, honey.
And do we have a ladder?
Ready? A lot of sap in here.
As expected. Scrub your hands, my guy.
Did I tell you I talked to my mother today? And they've decided they're coming for Christmas, too. You know, it's not too late to change our plans.
no,
I could just
that's
call and
great.
say- all they do is argue.
I love his pajamas, by the way.
I want to have Christmas here in our house. All my life I've wanted to have a big family Christmas.
You set standards that no family event can ever live up to.
When have I ever done that?
Weddings,
Good night, honey.
anniversaries, funerals, graduations.
She'll be looking at a nice fat Christmas bonus this year, huh?
What are you going to do with that big bonus check? You're going to blow it on yourself?
Just hope my Christmas bonus check will cover it.
God, you're putting in a pool.
The music right now.
I went ahead and I put a $7,500 deposit down on it.
That's just the deposit amount? In the 80s? An expensive pool.
Write up a brief summary and have it to me by the end of the day. Layman's terms, none of that inside bullshit jargon that nobody understands.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass.
I feel like this report is still going to have the jargon, though, because that just seems like how he talks.
Can I show you something?
I was just smiling. I was just browsing.
For your wife or your girlfriend?
Eyes up, dude. Eyes up.
Woof. Wouldn't be the Christmas shopping season if the stores were any less harder than they are. Bit nipply out. I mean nippy out. What did I say? Nipple?
I actually say nipply out. People understand what I mean. Probably from this movie, now that I'm thinking.
For my wife.
Oh, God.
Rest her soul.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. We're just divorced.
Brother.
Not a log. I don't have a log, but I mean, you know, if I had a log, not in the sense that you think I said I did.
Walk away. Oh my God, go save your father.
And what do they do?
He's embarrassing himself.
Down there?
No, maybe not anymore.
Look, I'm wearing something similar.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
No.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his...
I'm really going to rewatch that this year. Reaction on the channel if you've never seen it. Love that movie. Does nobody answer the door around here?
Folks, Merry Christmas.
This mole on my neck, you think it's changing color?
No.
I got hemorrhoids. Can you believe that?
Wow, all right.
Your grandma Nora's got a real painful burr on my heel, and if you rub it for me, I'll give you a whole quarter.
This is what Christmas is all about.
Can't wait. That was so much personal information immediately upon entering the house.
We're gonna have the best looking house in town, Russ.
I think you might be overdoing it, Dad.
When was the last time I overdid anything?
I get the feeling he overdoes everything.
You have to check every bulb. Oop, got a little knot here.
A little knot. Wow. We need a better system for putting them away next time.
I hope he falls and breaks his neck.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the ladder to fall a different way. I was worried he was going to staple his thumb. Thank you, tree. Also, that is one strong staple if it ripped the sleeve off.
Hey, Dad, where do you want these reindeer?
Put them down there in the lawn, Russ.
Not quite like that. No, dear. No, dear. No, no.
Clark, dinner's ready.
Okay, honey. Starving.
Does that icicle go into the neighbor's house? Yep.
250 strands of light. 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights.
Fire it up, Dad.
Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is.
Drum roll, please.
I can't do that. Can't make that noise. Jeez.
Silly waste of resources this was.
He worked really hard, Grandma.
So do washing machines.
It's a machine though. Can't compare.
I personally check each one.
I did that, Dad.
Sorry, Daddy. It looks good even if they're not lit.
Aw.
It was a good try.
Thanks, Russ.
This is why you get it working and then invite the family out to see it.
Maybe we ought to go up there and just get...
Oh, whoa, jeez, look at the time.
Wow, that moon is giant in the sky. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Oh.
Hey.
Why would she close that?
Help!
Daddy! I'm sure he wants to come shopping and have lunch with us.
He's got another car. He can drive.
Parents do not... Oh. His parents do not care about... Oh. I was waiting for it to happen again. His parents do not care about him.
Hey! Alan!
I feel bad. Well, you got a way out of the attic now. Clark's treehouse. Okay. Apparently he didn't realize we have a way out of the attic now. I understand this though. Love reminiscing. That's why it's so hard to clear out clutter sometimes, because then you come across things like this and it just sucks you in and distracts you. Great place to sit, Clark.
Are you out here for a reason, or are you just avoiding the family?
No.
I mean, I don't blame him for avoiding the family. Have you seen his family?
You want me to do the drum roll thing?
No, it's okay.
Oh.
House lights don't work. The floodlights don't work.
Is it plugged into the outlet?
Is it plugged in?
Honey, do you honestly think I would check thousands of tiny little lights if I wasn't sure the extension cord was plugged in?
Can we check that? Oh. Wow, okay.
Honey, I think I know what's wrong.
We got Clark, we got it. We got it. There was an on switch that was off.
I can't see.
It's the switch. We need the switch.
Oh! Ellen! Everybody come out quick! Look at the lights!
That is so much. I don't know the purpose of the neighbors yet. Clark.
Good.
Thank you. I'm glad that someone figured it out. I wish we had some color with the lights.
You deserve a home like this to spend Christmas in.
It's a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut.
You taught me everything I know about exterior illumination.
The little lights are not twinkling.
I know, Art, and thanks for noticing.
House sure does look swell, Clark.
Thanks, Eddie. Eddie?
Surprise! We appeared out of thin air.
I hope you didn't do this all on our account, Clark. Kids, come on out here and see what Uncle Clark's done to the house.
This RV needs a big car wash.
Have you got a kiss for me?
You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got a lip fungus they ain't identified yet. And this here's our pride and joy, Snots.
Oh.
Yeah, we named him that because he's got this sinus condition.
We were gonna call, but Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
Yeah, he did seem surprised.
We have plenty of room.
Plenty of everything.
Oh.
After that long drive, we could use a little private time together.
No, okay.
Why don't you run and get the kids' things and don't forget the rubber sheets and the gerbils.
The what? Well, I'm glad the lights are working. That was quite the ordeal. Oh, so cute.
Hey, get out of there. Stop. No.
Our little tree water ain't gonna hurt him. Before we left, he drank a half a quart of Pennzoil.
Of what?
Eddie, if he drinks the water out of there, the tree's gonna dry up.
You get out of there. Come, get in the kitchen now. He's cute, ain't he? Only problem is he's got a little bit of Mississippi leghound in him. If the mood catches him right, he'll... If he does lay into you, it's best to just let him finish.
Can't believe you're actually standing here in my living room, Eddie. Never thought the day would come.
Brother.
Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead? When did you get the tenement on wheels?
That's an RV. He took my house, I took the RV. It's a good-looking vehicle, ain't it?
So nice parked in the driveway.
It could. It could.
But don't you go falling in love with it now, because we're taking it with us when we leave here next month.
When? Also, I didn't realize we were still so many days before Christmas.
Retooling, I'll retool you!
Hope my report helped out at the trade show.
I'm sure it did, Griswold. I'm in the middle of an important call. Get me somebody. Anybody.
So just stereotypical, like, awful boss.
This is a new non-caloric silicone-based kitchen lubricant. It creates a surface 500 times more slippery than any cooking oil.
Has anyone ever used it on a sled?
Not that I know of, Russ.
Well, it's a test run. Oh my god. I won't lie. I was expecting him to not really move. For some, I don't know. I was expecting it to have the opposite effect, where he would just stick. Oh no! Oh no!
Bingo.
Well, that was eventful.
Did you get your bonus yet?
I just talked to my son. Company messenger brought something to the house. I guess that's it. Nothing like waiting to the last minute, huh? Did you get yours?
I hope he gets it. I hope his boss didn't, like, intentionally withhold it. Aww. It's like, get out of my daydream. Oh no, Clark. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Santa Claus! Are you Santa Claus?
What? I'm not Santa Claus.
Rocky bit my thumb. Him's nervous because Christmas is almost here.
Nervous or excited?
Shitting bricks.
You shouldn't use that word.
Sorry. Shitting rocks. Sometimes I think all that Santa crap's just bull. If he was so real, how come we didn't get squat last
I
year?
happen to know for a fact that Santa Claus is real.
It's true?
Cross my heart.
Aw. I want her to have a magical Christmas.
I love it here. You don't gotta put on your coat to go to the bathroom, and your house is always parked in the same place.
I think you better go back to bed now.
How come you ain't sleeping?
Oh, I was just looking for something. All right, you get back to bed. Come here.
She's so sweet.
Shitter was full!
He doesn't know any better.
You ought to know it's illegal. It's a storm sewer. If it fills with gas, I pity the person who lights a match within 10 yards of it.
Ew. The neighbors are gonna love this.
Merry Christmas! Shitter was full!
It took me like a second to realize what that was.
In 7 years, he couldn't find a job?
Catherine says he's been holding out for a management position.
Can't lie to you, Clark. Truth is, things ain't going too good at all. You know, I told you I borrowed the RV from my neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
We live in it. Had to sell off the house, barn, the 10 acres. All I kept was a 50-foot plot,
You already got dog?
pigs, and the worm
Brother.
farm. If only I had back the money that me and Catherine sent that TV preacher that was screwing the hockey players.
Also, that dog food is $10. Crazy.
Ellen and I want to help you give the kids a nice Christmas.
Oh, no, I'm not one for charity.
This isn't charity, it's family.
This is just a real nice surprise. Here's a little list. Alphabet.
Oh, gosh. Not the list. All right. Christmas Eve.
This house is bigger than your old one. Is Rusty still in the Navy?
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Aw.
This box is meowing.
She wrapped up her damn cat.
She gets confused, Rusty. She's old. She and Uncle Louis don't have much money.
Listen here, it's leaking.
Okay.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. One nation indivisible. With...
Look at that.
What on earth?
Oh, it's just a little dry. It's fine.
Oh my God. Was that just sweet potatoes? I hope so. For some reason, I thought that was like dog food or cat food, which wouldn't make sense. But Eddie doesn't make sense, so. What? What was that?
Hey, Clark?
What's wrong with the dog?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, he's just yakking on a bone. He got it up.
Maybe if you wouldn't feed him from the table.
He's probably just nosing through the trash.
Oh dear.
Run into the living room, get my stogie.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Uncle Louis?
He's an old man. This may be his last Christmas.
Keeps it up, it will be his last Christmas.
I'd be making Eddie do that. Rest in peace, cat.
I told you had too many plugs in one outlet.
Oh, God.
Nothing. Let's go in and finish our dessert.
Rest in peace, cat.
It's not the chair. It's some kind of gas coming from the sewer.
I feel like they should get a room.
What's the matter with you?
Look what you've done to my tree!
Oh, gosh.
It is an ugly tree anyway.
Okay.
That's gonna flip out. No, nobody's gonna flip out. We're gonna have a wonderful Christmas.
I have a delivery.
The bonus. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I can't believe it.
I hope it is as much as he thinks it is.
Oh, I was gonna wait till tomorrow to tell you all this, but what the heck?
Maybe you should check and see how much it is first.
Putting in a swimming pool.
Open it!
Been a little short with everyone lately. I've been waiting for this bonus.
They're really dragging this on. It's similar to the Christmas lights on the house situation.
Hey. Oh.
Clark, what's wrong?
It's bigger than you expected?
That wouldn't result in the reaction he's currently having.
It's a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Wow.
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
That it is, Edward.
That is awful.
If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me,
I have one.
Cash.
I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight.
Oh.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking,
6.5 hours later.
fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is!
Where's the Tylenol?
It's a lot of descriptive words.
Aren't you just the teeniest bit sorry we didn't get a Christmas tree? I mean, even though they're dirty and messy.
I thought these houses were far enough apart from one another.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, honey.
Yeah, you look fine. You sound fine.
Fix the newel post!
What's that sound? It's a funny squeaky sound.
I love that that's what she hears.
Couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Shh.
A mouse? Oh, not a mouse. It's just a squirrel.
Shut up!
Mom, don't move. We can't let it get out of the living room.
I don't think she is. We should probably check on her.
Go get the hammer.
Clark, what do you need a hammer for?
I'm gonna catch it in the coat.
No.
Smack it with the hammer.
No.
Probably got scared and ran back into the tree.
This is such an overreaction. Snot's gonna get it. Oh no, this whole house. Oh no. This whole house is gonna become destroyed. Oh gosh. Poor girl. Their house looks like the lobby of a... Okay, I understand why she punched him, but seriously, that's excessive. But yeah, their house looks like a lobby of something fancy-ish. Or like a place that's trying to be fancy.
We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
You haven't really been happy since they've been here, though. I thought Clark would be, like, relieved to have them leave.
Clark, I think it's best if everyone just goes home before things get worse.
Worse? How could they get any worse?
Give me a nice scene.
We all love you. But this is a terrible night. You losing your temper with the whole family only makes things worse. And you're too good a father to act like this. You just cocked it up. It happens.
All our holidays were always such a mess.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get through it?
I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
Oh, jeez. All right, that was all right.
Are you going to recite the night before Christmas?
It's your house. It's your Christmas. I'm retiring.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds.
Oh, see, look at this. This is nice.
When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh.
And Eddie, with a man in his pajamas and a dog chain.
Oh. Wow. I was wondering where Eddie was.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Clark.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, officer, it seems my husband's been abducted.
Yeah, I was wondering whose house this was.
I have never been treated like this in my life.
I'm sorry, this is our family's first kidnapping.
You're fired. Where's the phone? I'm calling the police.
Just hold your wad there, fella. This here was my idea.
All right, he's still fired, and you are going to jail.
I lost my temper when I got my bonus.
I cut out bonuses this year.
Oh, what you did is just plain...
Sucks.
Yeah. Stare at him and make him feel guilty. Took all that money for himself.
Sometimes things look good on paper, but, Carl, whatever you got last year, add 20%.
All right. Most unrealistic CEO ever. Like, I love that he did that. I was pleasantly surprised. This is hilarious.
If you want to come in, you are going to have to break down the goddamn door!
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Thank God you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Would you and Mrs. Shirley like to step outside so we can take care of a little bit of business here?
I'm not pressing any charges.
What?
I did something I shouldn't have, and these people called me on it. This is Clark.
Oh, he got his name right.
Remember how I was toying with the notion of suspending the Christmas bonuses?
You didn't. Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck.
That's pretty low, mister. If I had a rubber hose, I would beat you.
Look!
Oh, cute. Northern Lights. I love that his wife and the police officer called him out just then. That was great.
That's all that matters tonight. Not bonuses or gifts or turkeys or trees. It means something different to everybody. And now I know what it means to me.
That ain't the friggin' Christmas star, Grizz. It's a lighter in the sewage treatment plant.
Sewer gas.
And the rockets.
Well, the Christmas guest list certainly expanded. I had a feeling all the policemen were going to stay. I love that she does that. That's so cute.
I did it.
You did. There's some hurdles, but we did it. Oh my God, snots, please. All right, that was my reaction to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. The first thing I have to say is that this was not a vacation. This was not a vacation at all. Clark had so much work to do. It's not a vacation to host your family. So I don't know why vacation was in this title at all. I feel like National Lampoon's Christmas just would have been sufficient. Because, yeah, this is not a vacation. Not at all. Anyway, this was a good time. I enjoyed it. Based on this, I would be willing to watch the other, like the first two in the series, like go back and check them out. This was ridiculous, as I expected it would be. There were things about it that definitely made me laugh really hard. There were other aspects of it that were definitely more like eye-rolly to me or like, oh my gosh, are you serious kind of thing. But I feel like it was a good mix of both. It had a few kind of heartwarming moments, which I really appreciated. The whole neighbor situation next door. First of all, it was great to see Julia again in something. And she's so young here, my goodness. Yeah, her and her, what were their names? Todd and Margot? I feel like they're supposed to represent like more of the elite type of couple. And then the Griswold family is supposed to be more like the middle class, lower to middle class. Well, I feel like actually for this time, 1989, in the house that they live in, I feel like it's solidly middle class as it was back then, because we all know how the middle class has just been totally eroded now. Anyway, the fact that they were like not really in this movie very much, but solely just used to be affected by Clark's actions unknowingly as well. It was funny. It was funny. I did enjoy it. Oh, there were definitely some aspects of this that I could have done without, I think. But there were other aspects of this that definitely made it funny. One thing I will say is that Clark is an extremely financially irresponsible person. He is also very quick to get eyeballs on things or have people hear stuff prior to confirming things himself. We saw it with the Christmas lights on the house, where he spent so much time setting it up and then didn't even test it before calling everybody out to see the house and see the lights and everything. And then, of course, it doesn't work. And then it keeps not working. And then, of course, everyone's bummed. And then, anyway, got it in the end, although Clark didn't even figure it out. I think he still probably thinks that it was the cables. And that he just, actually, him doing that reminded me of like back in the day when you would use wired headphones for like your iPods and stuff. And as it like worn away, you'd have to like hold it in a certain direction to be able to hear. That's what that reminded me of. He just kept like adjusting the cables and moving the cables around, trying to get the lights back on, not knowing the whole time that it was just a power switch. Just a switch. Anyway, so there's that. But then the whole fucking bonus check situation, the way that he was just playing it up and like telling everybody about the pool, and I already put this deposit on it, and this bonus is going to be like, this is where this movie is definitely predictable, because I did find myself like very much seeing what was coming, especially with the neighbors. The neighbors definitely acted as like, oh, we're going to say something. We're going to say the perfect line to indicate that, yep, this thing's happening, right? It just constantly happened, but that's okay. It was still funny. But yeah, with Clark building up that bonus, I knew. I actually was expecting a bonus. I was expecting the bonus to be so small, but the fact that he didn't even get a bonus check at all and just got this like membership to, what was it, a jelly club or something? I don't even know. Yeah, this is why. This is why you can't do things like this. This is why you don't spend that kind of money with the expectation that you'll cover it later with other things. So anyway, yeah, the finance gal in me was just like, Clark, what are you doing? I think from the first moment that he mentioned the pool, the $7,500 down, which that is such an insane amount of money for back then, but also maybe not actually, because once I actually saw I saw the thing that he showed and it looked quite large, but then when we actually got to see his like daydream of it and just seeing truly how big that pool is and the setup, it would cost a lot of money. So maybe that is a reasonable deposit amount. It just sounded very expensive to me, assuming what inflation on $7,500 from 1989 would be now. It felt like too much, but no, maybe not. Maybe not. I think Clark is just, yeah. Anyway, what did his boss say? The same bonus as last year plus 20%. So my guess is then that's fine. Clark's reaction to it made it seem like it would be okay. It's probably actually why he went with the pool thing, because he probably expected that he would get about the same amount this year as he got last year. So good on the boss for doing that. Extremely unrealistic though. Like what? Like I'm sure there are some bosses out there maybe that like had decided in their mind like, oh, I'm not going to do Christmas bonuses this year, or maybe lower Christmas bonuses, and then maybe change their mind. Not necessarily after the fact, but change their mind like before it happens. But no, just the way that they were playing up that character specifically, like the way that his office looked and his house and everything, especially the interior, like once we saw his wife in that library or whatever, like, yeah, they're definitely playing him up as like that greedy, doesn't give a shit kind of boss CEO guy. So for him to have that sudden switch at the end, although maybe that was the point. Maybe that's what, well, no, I feel like in the 80s bonuses, I mean, for me in the early 2010s, like late 2000s, early 2010s Christmas bonuses. Like I remember getting really good Christmas bonuses back then. I've been out of like corporate life now since 2020. So I don't know how that has all changed. But I feel like back in the 80s and 90s, it was pretty common to get Christmas bonuses. So either way, I'm happy for Clark that he gets his money. I'm happy for that guy for changing his mind, as unrealistic-ish as it may be. But yeah, what else do I have to say? I feel like I gotta watch the beginning over again with his parents, like the moment that all four of them come into the house. And this is probably where, I guess, yes, watching the first two probably would have made that make a lot more sense. But for the longest time in this movie, I just felt like his parents were dicks. But then we had moments where his parents were fine. So maybe I was just getting confused and thinking it was the other people instead. Because I'm trying to think back now, and now I'm not even like remembering properly. But either way, there were moments, yes, where the family, I could tell, was getting on Clark's nerves. And they were kind of getting on my nerves too. Cousin Eddie, man, I really thought I was going to like that character. No, not really. His kids, though, oh my gosh, his sweet little girl, Ruby Sue was her name. Yeah, I really liked that. Although I'm kind of bummed that we had a whole conversation with her about Santa and Clark being like, yep, you're going to see Santa. And then it didn't happen. I fully expected that Clark was going to dress up as Santa for her. And we're going to get a whole scene with that, but then we didn't. So anyway, I hope Ruby Sue gets to sit on Santa's lap and make her Christmas wishes. She was adorable. That whole shitting brick, shitting rocks dialogue. That was one of my favorite bits in the whole movie. I loved it. That was fantastic. Yeah, I don't really know that I have much else to say. This was one of those movies that, yeah, you just kick back to and laugh at the ridiculousness and the silliness. So that is exactly what I did, and I appreciate you watching my reaction. Thank you. With that, I'm going to go to Letterboxd now to see what some other people have to say about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Let's go check it out. This is exactly the type of comment I was looking for. Review, rather. 5 stars. Ellen is an absolute fox. Ended up looking on Reddit to see what people thought Clark's Christmas bonus would have been around this time. Based on him writing a $7,500 check, which he couldn't cover, on a deposit for an in-ground pool, assuming he'd be getting a holiday windfall, the general consensus is $20K. Which means at the end, he'd actually be getting a check for $24,000. Fuck. That's so much money. Oh my gosh. I mean, I definitely know people that get bonuses that large for Christmas, but they also make those are people like today that still get bonuses that big, but they make an absurd amount of money to be able to get a bonus like that. Anyway, 5 stars. Now that I'm older and in charge of hosting the holidays at my home, I understand why Clark yelled, "Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?" Mood. 4.5 stars. Immaculate Christmas vibes. However, I don't really like Clark. Like, what do you mean you're fantasizing about the perfume counter assistant in the family pool? Clark, shame on you. His wife is too good for him. I agree with that. I agree. All of those scenes, him like meeting her and flirting with her and like stumbling over his words all the time in combination with the daydream later. I didn't like those scenes at all. Yeah, not my cup of tea. All right, it's now that time of the video where I turn it to you and I ask you to leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what your favorite moments, jokes, lines, all that stuff is in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Let me know if you'd be interested in reactions to Vacation and European Vacation. Yeah, I'm excited to read them. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate that. Click on the screen to do so. If you want to watch something else of mine, those are also going to be on the screen. To everyone on Patreon, thank you so much for your support. If you would like to join us over there, links are always in the description and pinned comment, and we will see you in the next reaction. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.